the outer world of many to the inner world of one. The outer world and of plurality, of millions of people, millions of objects, millions of events. So that mind is constantly engaged with others. And who engages? Only you. Like, I, your cell phone, I, your house, I, your parents. If there is no I, the outside, many, does not make any difference. Just think of it. I is always one inside. There is only one I inside and many are outside. In between there is a mind, and this mind is constantly looking something in the world to seek happiness. So that mind which is crazy and seeking happiness outside, and when you isolate that mind, obviously it will enter into anxiety, stress. But there is another reason. We are scared to move the mind within. Why? We don't know who we are. What is our true nature? Every master declares the peace is already within you, the happiness is within you, but I'm looking outside, I'm craving for it, I'm deprived of it. That is what the isolation is. Now, if the same mind changes its direction, it starts moving inside. It will take some time. It cannot happen in a day. The knowledge is realized in stages. The seed cannot become a tree overnight. So, what is the solution? Start changing yourself. How to change yourself? Change the direction of the mind. My master used to say that if you change the direction of the mind from outside, that means from many, to one inside, you should dare to change your mind from outside to inside. So the state changes. So what happens to the state of the mind? That mind moves into peace and happiness. And it is such a simple practice. Let us Shantoham first understand. Shantoham is a Sanskrit phrase that means I am the peace. Shantoham, I am the peace. Now pick up the few steps to practice it. Eyes are closed. That is not enough. Become aware the eyes are closed and the mind has started looking within, looking at the body. So then the first step, prepare the body for the practice. How do you prepare? You make the body comfortable with its position, that it is relaxed and comfortable, and it is also steady. Why it should be steady? It prevents the mind to go out. Because our mind is heavily conditioned to move outside. So we follow the indirect approach. The body, the position of the body, it is comfortable. Look at the neck joint, shoulder joints, you can adjust and align, but at the same time, experience the sensation being comfortable and steadiness. So once the body is comfortable, now look at the breath. Just look at the breath. You need not to be in a hurry. You're looking at the breath, you are not changing the rate and the rhythm of the breath, and you are counting the breath. Why we are doing? We are changing the direction of the mind. So how you count the breath? How you count the breath? The breath is going in, no change in the rate and the rhythm of the breath. When the breath is going in, count, just drop in 1. When the breath returns, out 1, in 2, out 2, in 3, out 3. Go on counting the breath. So what happens? You're changing the direction. You are challenging the mind. How dare you cannot move within, but softly, gently, counting the breath in the state of being comfortable and steadiness in the body. So once you start realizing that now the mind is looking within, mind is feeling something within, the mind is feeling the space within, you have succeeded in changing the direction of the mind. What is the next challenge to the mind? The mind should continue to live within. When it continues to live within, it is ready to explore the peace within. So now stop the counting. When the breath goes in, mentally say Shantoham, and the moment you say Shantoham, become aware of the space inside, the space inside or a blankness inside or the darkness inside. It is very important. Otherwise, you continue saying Shantoham mechanically, habitually. We want to break that nature of the mind, which is habitual, heavily conditioned, reactive. So what we are doing, when the breath goes in, you say Shantoham. At the same time, saying Shantoham, you become aware of the space. When the breath is coming out, don't say anything. Look at the breath coming out so that the mind drops into that sense of blankness. And again, when the breath goes in, Shantoham, with awareness of the space. Breath is coming out, just watching and observing and feeling the sensation of the breath coming out, going in again, Shantoham. But that is happening in the state of steadiness in the body, comfort in the body. Otherwise, what the mind will do? Mind will cause pain in the body, and ultimately you will leave the practice. How many times we should be doing this simple 6 to 7 minutes of the practice? Couple of times. Even if the mind resists and reacts. One day, within a day, if you practice, within 2 or 3 days, if you practice 7 or 8, 10 times, you will realize that there is a past impression that creates an urge in the mind to go out. And once you become aware of it, you are able to drop that mind, the reactive mind. So what will happen? You will experience peace and happiness.